Welcome back to Final Fantasy V. Last time, Galuf died, but he did so while punching the ever-loving hell out of Exdeath. So, now there's really nothing to do but go to Exdeath's castle and finish the job. So, gonna be on Black Mage Bartz today because level 2 Black Magic is not great. It needs to be better. Geomancer Krill because Geomancer is actually going to be very useful for the dungeon itself. Time Mage Lena because I just want to learn time magic. And Thief Ferris because this is one of the rare times where I want to steal something, so I'm gonna go steal. Alright, so it's been a while since Galuf barged into Castle Exdeath, and since then, soldiers have been able to get in, but then Exdeath came home, and whoops, now they're all dead. Sock Exdeath won for him, though. Give him a wallop. Alright, so just as a reminder, there is a healing pool in the back of this castle, so if you want to heal up before starting this dungeon, you should go do that real quick. Unless you've already been to an inn, in which case, just proceed. Poor blind wolf, we just shot it. Alright, so Reflect Mage's deal isn't just that he has Reflect, though. It's also that he bounces spells off of himself. Now, we haven't really done much with Reflect just yet, but that is, like, the prime strategy of Reflect in the Final Fantasy series, because when you reflect magic, it actually gets stronger when it reflects back, so that guy is going to attempt to hit himself and hit you with a slightly stronger spell, though Lena has really good magic defense, so it barely phased her. Nothing in this room. Except a Hellraiser! Look at that fucking rabbit.
He's in the middle of getting your ass.
I just want to Photoshop drag this thing over to one of the other characters. So, true to its name, Hellraiser does have a particular ability. There we go, so, it will attempt to use Arise. I do love the timing on that one, though, because when it tried to do that, another enemy also coincidentally died at the same time. That was not the rabbit taking it down with it. It was just a coincidence. Now, thankfully, Arise does not always work, as seen there, but when it does, it's a real pain. So, try draining its MP first so that it can't do that. Give me your energy, Grandpa. I need it to make Exdeath's castle not look like this. All My Friends Are Dead. A Kelger story. Damn, I can't believe Bartz eventually killed this man. There's one thing about this game, is that Bartz is terrible with animals. His best friend's a chocobo, but like every other animal, he manages to piss off. He puts Kelger in bed, and then Kelger eventually dies. Pissed off Guido. And technically speaking, I feel like the assumption is that Bartz is in the front of the party at all times, so anytime you fuck with an animal on the overworld, like when you poke a sheep, that's probably supposed to be Bartz doing that. All I can say... I see Grandpa and a wolf man! Oh, must be Kelger. How's he doing? Dead. Oh. Alright, X-Death's castle. Oh, so this is your true form.
Yeah.
Is this really the song that should be playing for whatever we're looking at? Okay, so welcome to the true X-Death's castle. It's body horror and then some. Oh, and here's the self-sucking dragon again. But yeah, the reason you can't actually make progress in X-Death's castle, even after taking down the barrier, is that that room just doesn't have an exit until this particular story scene. Galuf and Kelger are in fact too alive for you to actually make progress. Also, Jesus, Krill. Alright, that being said, we're not going to be seeing too many new enemies, other than what we've already seen. There's definitely a couple more, but, for the most part, yeah, we sort of got a taste of what's to come when X-Death's castle was normal. That being said, this place is a lot shorter than the Forest of Moor, overall. Like, it's definitely a more complex dungeon, and, well, for one, it has these damage tiles, which, of course, because Krill is a geomancer, I just don't have to care about. This is probably the party that appears most frequently, I would say. Or at least, that's how it was for me. I just saw a lot of these three. Honestly, biggest problem is probably Black Warlock, because he does have confusion, as well as some other spells. We'll be seeing more of those later. And of course, Reflect Mage isn't a big deal. But yeah, I will definitely say, Forest of Moor looked okay, but the high encounter rate, just combined with the fact that it's relatively short and simple, but... or short and simple otherwise. It goes on forever because of the random encounters, but like, yeah, otherwise it's just kind of a forest. X-Death's castle, at least, definitely a lot more interesting, and hey, it does have its own unique battle backgrounds, unlike the Forest of Moor post being set on fire. Alright, anyway though, that being said... Oh, right, this gimmick. Press the A button when the bridge is in front of one of the actual paths. If it connects with a pillar, then a monster will appear and you have to fight it. It will also randomly speed up and slow down. And oh, hello. Nipping this in the bud. But yeah, that is definitely a tricky segment, and I definitely had to redo that a few times. Anyway, though, yeah, Excess Castle, pretty dynamic, much more interesting layout, and a lot more interesting gimmicks. But with that being said, first things first, now that we live in a post-Galuf world. So, I've not mentioned this yet because there was no real way to do it without spoiling anything, but there's actually a pretty specific reason that I can't suggest this hack to new players. And that is due to the fact that because it introduces the Game Boy Advance classes early, unfortunately, it is not a hack that contains custom sprite work for Galuf in the GBA classes, because normally, you don't get them until after he dies. So, basically, if you're playing this hack and you scroll down to the GBA classes, it's just Galuf in his freelancer outfit, which I think would probably set off alarms to most people playing for the first time. Like, why does everybody look different in this class other than Galuf? Weird. Oh wow, 13 ABP, nice. We're getting some really good ability points in, this dungeon. Honestly, not a bad spot to grind. Though, oh no, martial arts masters! I like that X-Death has just employed Demons of Hell, but also just these guys. You know a move called Dance Hall Days. But yeah, as I was about to say, if I remember correctly by this time, once X-Death's castle is transformed, that's also true for the entry area. And unfortunately, I think the pool of healing water is now just a pool of lava, so it's no longer a healing pool. Which begs the question, if this was all an illusion, were we burning our insides by drinking from that spring? Alright, let's tense now that we're partway through. And second order of post-Galuf business is... Man, Final Fantasy IV and V were not good about old people staying alive. But Galuf has a much different ending than Tella did in 4. So... all Tella really managed to accomplish was to knock over Golbez, which... petrified himself. Which, you know, maybe that would have impressed Garland, but... you know, in the grand scheme of doing things, wasn't really that much. Meanwhile, Galuf single-handedly fended off X-Death. Just punched him so hard he had to leave. But I also think it's interesting that, one of the last lines in that fight is X-Death going like, oh, all the hatred in the world isn't enough to take me down, and Galuf's like, this isn't anger, this isn't hate.
Yeah, I like that line a lot.
And it seems like it's almost just specifically a sort of counter to Tella's death, which was absolutely due to anger and hate. Like, through his journey, no matter how much he went through, he was not able to overcome the hate in his heart after losing Anna. And so, in the end, he still decided to try and meteor Golbez, which killed him and not Golbez. And only at the end is he able to lament, like, oh, damn, actually, I was kind of consumed by hatred, huh? Don't be like me, kids. And you know, as one of the only characters in that game to stay dead, definitely impactful, I guess. Tella's here to tell you that, vengeance, on its own, not gonna get you anywhere.
Yeah, in the original draft of the script just for his death, he was going to pull up a chair, sit in it backwards, and say, "Listen, kids, don't do like I've done."
Alright, look. Cecil, I know you've already become a paladin, but like, really though. If you're going for revenge, dig 2 graves, that's the whole thing. And then Golbez just stands up, actually just dig 1 grave, idiot, I'm still alive, goodbye. Ah, well, shit.
I can't hear that saying anymore without thinking of the fucking Jet video.
Oh, here's another reason that Geomancer is helpful. Because find pits will stop you before you actually fall into a pit, and this is Pit Central over here. We also have a secret teleporter that leads us to Carbuncle. So Carbuncle's apparently a little bastard, or a big bastard in this case. So yeah, he's actually really tough. He's got both Float and Reflect on, which means we can't really do anything to him. We can't really slow him down. Also, I do really appreciate how Carbuncle can definitely change his forms because he'll look different as a summon, but he looks a lot different from his official art too. Do you remember his official art for this game? With the sneakers?
Oh yes, I do. I was about to say no, but then you said sneakers, and how could I forget?
Yeah. I don't know why he looks like that. Why does this man have Jordans?
Also, like, why is he like a reptile in the concept art when he... I guess I don't see fur, but he has like a mane and a fluffy tail, which makes me think he should have fur. He definitely shouldn't have scales.
Yeah, he's a little more bestial. And yeah, no, in general, he definitely doesn't look like this normally. But again, if you actually defeat him and summon him, he does look a fair bit cuter in that form. And that's usually the form he takes, is just a little guy.
Also, I should mention, this creature is probably named after the Carbuncle Stone, which is a red gem. I think garnet is a type of carbuncle. I bring it up because a carbuncle is also a name for like a bunch of infected boils that are connected by the same infection.
Ugh.
So if you just look up carbuncle, you're probably going to get the medical thing, because more people are looking it up for medical reasons than they are for gem reasons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thankfully it is the former. You can see he's got a little red gem in his forehead. Do not want to know what his character design would look like if it were the latter.
Oh, also, I'm double-checking my my sources as of explaining this. There's also a South American mythological creature called the Carbuncle. One of the descriptions of which matches Final Fantasy Carbuncle, so that's what he is. This guy is Argentinian.
Alright, so I didn't really have the best strategy for this one, though really the best strategy is to actually just petrify him. So he's not actually you kids are strong after all. Here's the victory theme. Yeah, he's actually weak to Katoblipa, so if you have a high enough summon level, or if you're just using Summoner, yeah, just summon Katoblipa and he'll turn Carbuncle to stone, and that's the battle won. I did the much more complicated method of actually just fighting him.
So I pulled up that concept art to look at it again. Obviously the sneakers are the most absurd thing. I forgot he was wearing like a brown leather glove.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he accessorizing?
He also looks so mad in the official art too. He's very angry.
Yeah, I feel like they gave him a face that can't emote happiness. I'm willing to accept that's just whatever the concept art equivalent of resting bitch face is.
Alright, let's see, what's in this chest? Oh, nothing. Well, that's mildly disappointing. Anyway, hey, hold on a sec, we know that guy. Ah, jeez, Gilgamesh. Oh, you guys are so burned! Alright, we're gonna have like this little dual pose where we go past the pillars and then strike each other at the side of the room for some reason. Oh well. Sure. This is as good a spot as any. Alright, so first phase is not going to have anything in particular, just a high potion, but trust me, I do want a thief and thieves' gloves. Other than that, though, if you have a good summoner, which I don't currently, it's always useful to summon Golem so that Gilgamesh just won't do much damage to you. Otherwise, pretty normal fights. It's nice not fighting somebody with Reflect on now, I do appreciate that. I'm glad I can just hit him with Slow and other spells. Ah, damn it, he's turned us all cool. At this point, Blind is honestly not a huge deal in terms of status effects. I have so many things that don't care about hit rate that even if I'm given cool sunglasses, I don't really need to care. Also, I appreciate that they just kind of appear over Krill's eyes in the... on the sprite. She's wearing pajamas, but also glasses in the cool position of the over-the-eyes position.
Man, Krill's sprite is just a mess this fight.
I feel like we've come to an understanding. Immediately punches a frog.
Sorry about that, the frog was coming right at me. Anyways.
Okay, let's just fix Krill. But yeah, as I was saying, otherwise, pretty normal fight overall. Gilgamesh is straightforward as always, but he's just got a ton of weird abilities. He picks up a lot of techniques. An understanding that he'll pound you silly! Ha-ha! Also, if I remember correctly, you can actually just completely skip this fight by not opening the box. At least I think you can. The walkthrough seems to think so. Admittedly, did not test this myself, but I think opening the box is the trigger for that. Though, honestly, it would be kind of weird if you could skip it. For reasons. And really, would you want to skip a Gilgamesh fight? Aww. Immediately punches Bart's. I do really enjoy this fight. Like, the dialogue's just very good. I like that Gilgamesh has come to see us as rivals, and so clearly, even he's taken aback, now that Galuf's gone. But also, we're still mid-fight, so he's still gonna try to fight us. He's still going to attack relentlessly. That's his thing. There is no such thing as a moment of silent contemplation. Even as he ellipses, he is going to try to fuck us up. Oh, well. Shades are not helping, neither is the Discord that just happened. There, Lena needs to be able to see, unlike Ferris, who is able to just fire a cannon while blind. Anyway, here's this line.
It is morphing
Ladies,
time!
gentlemen, ladies who dress like men. Power Rangers reference. So now Gilgamesh looks like this. Alright, so Gilgamesh, master of weaponry, including Excalibur. Wait, I thought Excalibur was sealed away. Well, he missed immediately, so good job, dork. Alright, now we need to steal from him so that we can get the Genji helm. Just like last time, he has Genji equipment, and you really want that. It's very good. That being said, he supposedly picked up Excalibur, and it is doing, tit and tat worth of damage. I've been had!
I just realized something. Its morphing time was Power Rangers' attempt at copying the Super Sentai, or not copying, translating the Super Sentai transformation roll call. Does that mean in the Japanese version Gilgamesh shouted Henshin?
Maybe so. Also, God, Dissidia directly references this fight, the second Dissidia game. His special move is that, like, you get a roulette of weapons, and you pick one. And if you happen to pick up the weapon he's using here, which is Excalibur, it will do fuck all in terms of damage, even as he tries to do his finishing animation. And he does just straight up say, "This is far from the strongest of swords," so I can absolutely hear that line when he says it.
That's it! Yeah! Just kidding. This is far from the strongest of swords!
Anyway, though, oh no. X-Death, come on! We were in the middle of something. So first he gets Galuf killed, and now he's sent Gilgamesh to a different reality. And all that's left is the shitty sword he had. Man, X-Death is just the worst. That guy sucks. I hate him. No wonder we're trying to kick his ass. So, say hello to Excalibur, which is a trap for anybody who tries to use Optimize, because technically, it has amazing attack. However, if you actively try to use it, just as a regular weapon, it's just part of the weapon that its attack power sucks, so you actually won't do anything with it.
I thought it always missed.
That too, it's got low accuracy. Anyway though, so yeah, X-Death has taken away yet another person. Sure, Gilgamesh tried to kill us, but like, he was a friendly rival, damn it. So, next time on Final Fantasy V, let's get his ass. I'm tired of him. I'm tired of this guy. Let's go beat the game and beat up X-Death.
Let's go kill a tree that turned into a man and started wearing armor.